How well do you really know yourself? Not the version you post online, not the one you show your friends, but you, the quiet, complicated mind behind it all. Most people spend their entire lives chasing external success, yet never stop to ask, who am I? And why do I think, act, and feel this way? Today we'll break down everything about yourself you should know. The signs of low intelligence, the struggles of high intelligence, the truth behind every personality type, and the paradoxes that define human nature. This isn't just psychology, it's the blueprint of you. Signs of low intelligence. We all like to believe we're smart, but real intelligence isn't about IQ numbers. It's about how you think. Here are 5 silent signs of low intelligence that most people miss. 1. Lack of curiosity. When you stop asking why, your brain stops growing. Intelligent minds question everything, not because they doubt, but because they want to understand. 2. Overconfidence without evidence. Thinking you already know everything is the fastest way to know nothing. 3. Reacting instead of reflecting. Low intelligence often shows in emotional impulsiveness, shouting instead of reasoning, reacting instead of analyzing. 4. Blaming instead of learning. Smart people own their mistakes. Others repeat them. 5. Inability to see other perspectives. If you can't imagine being wrong, you've already stopped evolving. But here's the twist. Recognizing these signs doesn't make you dumb. It makes you self-aware, and that's the first step toward higher intelligence. The struggles of high intelligence. Being highly intelligent isn't the blessing people imagine. In fact, it's often a quiet curse. Here's what most people don't see. 1. Overthinking everything. Intelligent minds analyze so deeply that simple decisions become emotional battles. 2. Social disconnect. The smarter you are, the harder it becomes to find people who truly get you. 3. Existential loneliness. Smart people often see life's patterns and the emptiness behind them. That realization can feel isolating. 4. Emotional depth. They don't just understand logic, they feel meaning, which means pain hits harder too. 5. The burden of awareness. Sometimes ignorance really is bliss. So if you've ever felt misunderstood, restless, or detached, maybe it's not because something's wrong with you. Maybe it's because you see too much. Every personality type now, let's talk about who you are, your personality. Personality isn't just a label like introvert or extrovert. It's the combination of traits, habits, and emotional reactions shaped by your biology and your experiences. Psychologists often group personalities into categories. The analysts, logical, strategic, skeptical thinkers. They solve problems but struggle with emotional expression. The diplomats, empathetic, idealistic, and deeply emotional. They want harmony but often ignore their own needs. The sentinels, organized, dependable, and traditional. They keep the world running but fear uncertainty. The explorers, spontaneous, adventurous, and adaptable. They live in the moment but struggle with commitment. Each type has strengths and weaknesses. The problem is, we spend too much time trying to change our core rather than understanding it. Once you accept your nature, you can evolve it, not escape it. That's emotional intelligence in action. Every paradox that defines you humans are walking contradictions, and that's what makes us fascinating. You can be both, confident and insecure, kind and selfish, logical and emotional, independent yet crave connection. That's not hypocrisy, that's humanity. The paradox of self is that the more you learn about yourself, the less certain you become. Because every truth you discover opens another question. Understanding yourself isn't about choosing one side of who you are. It's about balancing the opposites that live inside you. That's where growth happens. So, who are you really? You are not your grades, your job, or your followers. You're a storm of paradoxes, a curious mix of logic, emotion, and mystery. And maybe the point isn't to fully understand yourself. Maybe it's to keep exploring, To stay curious, humble, and aware. Because the moment you stop learning about yourself, you stop becoming yourself. This was Professor Explained, where we don't just learn about the world, we learn about ourselves.